Welcome. You've arrived at another quiet chapter of Insurance ASMR Bedtime Stories by COR Insurance Services, where we slow down, breathe deep, and talk softly about the systems that protect us and the people who help us understand them. Take a slow breath in and exhale gently. We're so glad you're here. Please like and subscribe to be notified when another gentle chapter is added. Let's begin. Before there were companies or carriers, before there were even written contracts, there were messengers. Someone who carried a promise from one person to another. In ancient Mesopotamia, traders on dusty roads helped one another recover when a caravan was robbed or lost. Those who kept the records and divided the losses fairly were the first intermediaries, the earliest insurance helpers. In Rome, scribes in the collegia kept scrolls to track each member's contribution. They knew who was protected, who had paid their dues, and whose family would need assistance next. They weren't called agents, but they already carried the same role, guardians of the promise. Centuries later, in a London coffeehouse owned by Edward Lloyd, merchants gathered to discuss voyages, cargo, and risk. If you've listened to our earlier story, A Soft Tale of Banking versus Insurance, you might remember this coffeehouse, the place where insurance first took its modern form. Each deal required a bridge, someone who could connect the person seeking protection with the person offering it. That bridge became known as the insurance agent. Their job was never to pressure, it was to translate, to help one side understand what they were truly buying and help the other side understand who they were truly protecting. That small connection point from paper to person became the quiet heart of modern insurance. And if you'd like to hear how this coffeehouse helped build the first system of shared risk, you can find that story in episode 2 of Insurance ASMR Bedtime Stories. Today, not much has changed. An agent's job is still to carry understanding from one heart to another. If you meet with a licensed life or health insurance agent, know this: they are paid by the insurance carrier, not by you. Their consultation should always be free. Their time, their expertise, their guidance are already built into the system that keeps protection moving. A good agent doesn't charge you for peace of mind. They're already paid for helping you find it. It's true, not everyone has had a good experience with an insurance agent. Some have felt pressured, confused, or even taken advantage of. And I understand that feeling deeply. Insurance touches the most vulnerable parts of our lives: our health, our homes, our families, our futures. When money and emotion overlap, even a small misunderstanding can leave a lasting mark. But what most people never see are the thousands of honest, patient, good-hearted agents who spend their days explaining, translating, and making sure every policy fits. The truth is, insurance only feels like a scam when no one takes the time to explain how it works. A good agent doesn't push, they guide. They know the difference between selling a product and serving a person. So if you've ever had a bad experience, please know that wasn't the whole story. There are agents out here rebuilding trust, one quiet, honest conversation at a time. There's something most people don't realize about this work. A lot of what we do as agents is free. The real payment comes from the sigh of relief after someone finally understands their coverage, or the quiet thank you when a plan goes into effect. For some of us, that joy has been enough to keep going through our own storms. I've known agents who were struggling, even homeless, still helping people every single day. Because once you've seen what peace of mind looks like on someone's face, it's hard to stop offering it. Yes, insurance can be a lucrative business, but that's another story for another series. What matters here is the heart behind it. The agents who show up with empathy and patience and the desire to teach, not sell. I've heard so many clients say, "No one ever explained this to me before." That's why I surround myself with educators. Agents who love showing clients what their benefits really mean, who build plans around people's needs, their budgets, and their circumstances. That's where true service lives, in the intersection of knowledge and care. Before an agent ever meets a client, they spend months studying law, ethics, and the delicate balance between protection and privacy. In California, for example, agents must pass state licensing exams, complete continuing education, and renew their licenses regularly. Every signature we take carries a legal and moral weight. It's a promise to protect not just information, but intention. That's why reputable agencies invest in mentorship, ongoing career training, and compliance reviews. It isn't about rules for the sake of rules. It's about trust, the invisible thread that holds this whole profession together. A good agent's work doesn't end with a signature. It begins there. We follow up when policies renew, when rates change, when life itself changes, a new baby, a new job, a retirement. The right agent will check in, not to sell you something new, but to make sure what you already have still fits the life you're living. It's quiet work, often unseen, but it's where the real relationship lives. Every profession has its heart. For doctors, it's healing. For teachers, it's understanding. For insurance agents, it's continuity, keeping the circle of care unbroken. When one person protects another, that light travels forward, from parent to child, neighbor to neighbor, generation to generation. At COR Insurance Services, we see agents not as salespeople, but as educators, advocates, and guardians of peace. Our calling is to help families find clarity, not confusion, to bring options, not pressure, to make insurance feel less like paperwork and more like preparation. And whether an agent works with us or with another agency, our hope is the same, that they always remember the human reason behind this work. Before we close tonight's chapter, let's touch on something practical. When it is appropriate for an agent or broker to charge a fee. For individual clients, whether it's life, health, Medicare, or pre-need coverage, your consultation should always be free. Agents who represent carriers are paid through the company, not by you. However, there are times when brokers working in commercial, corporate, or property and casualty spaces may charge a service or consulting fee. Those fees cover complex analysis, group negotiations, or ongoing management, but they should always be disclosed and agreed upon before any service begins. Transparency builds trust, and any professional who values your peace of mind will be glad to explain how their compensation works. The world moves quickly. Forms, logins, portals, apps, emails. But somewhere behind all of that, there's a small, quiet voice. Someone who helps translate those details into understanding. They are the ones who carry the promise, and sometimes that's all it takes to bring peace of mind back home. This is for every messenger, every listener, every gentle voice, helping someone feel safe again. Good night.